Hello. Hopefully this will work. Hello, SolarLune here, and yeah, looks like the audio is coming through. Okay. Hello, SolarLune here, independent game developer and musician and programmer and stuff, and welcome to another stream. In this one, we're going to be doing some Godot work, some game development in Godot. Should be a lot of fun. Also, hold on, I just noticed my screen's doing some weird stuff. Let's fix that out real quick. Boom, 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 boom. That should do it. All right. Not sure why I have to do that every time, but it works. So, anyway, hello. Hi. So, I was thinking about doing a stream over the weekend, but I was finishing up my submission for Chiptunes equals Win Volume 8. So, hopefully they'll accept it, and I think if they do, it should be a fun track that you'll be able to listen to on that compilation. If you're not familiar with Chiptunes equals Win, it's basically you could say net label of sorts. It's a album that gets periodic releases, and it's usually chiptune related. So, sometimes it's like NES style stuff, like Famicom, Famitracker, that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's FM, music like that, and sometimes it's just kind of fake bit or just music inspired by chiptunes, or with other instruments in there, which is kind of where my my track that I submitted falls into. So if you are interested, feel free to check it out. I'll put a link in the chat for the Chiptunes equals Win compilation, so that it's just a little easier for everybody to kind of get a beat on it here. There we go. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, so just you can Google it or check the chat. I put a link in there, and it should be fun. All right, so in the meantime, what we're doing here today is working on my 2D adventure game that I'm making in Godot. I've been working on it for about a couple of months, a month or so. I mean, in total, I've been working on it since January. but not in Godot completely. I was working with a different language and a different framework, and then moved it over to Godot about 2 weeks ago. But I had a lot of assets done beforehand, so it's, you know, how much time I've actually been working on it in Godot. It's a little bit longer than 2 weeks, but overall, it's not been that long at all. Is it running right now? No. Okay. Do I have it running twice? I do. Okay. Let's close this. All right. So I'll show a little bit of what we have currently. Well, actually, let me check out the chat. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Always good to say hello. Let's see. Lottie says, "Hey, couldn't miss another face cam stream." Hello, Lottie. Welcome to the stream here. Let me get some water. Maggot 9779 says, "Hey Solar, your videos have been super useful. Just wanted to say thanks for sharing your process." No problem. Glad to hear that they're very useful. Hopefully other people will find them to be useful as well. And Utopic Dream says, "Hi, I'm happy to see you. You're a very inspiring person." Thank you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so let's see what we have so far. Actually, let's get some music in here. Well, let's get the music that we have in the game running, and then we'll turn on some. Ooh. It was just super loud on my audio for some reason. That seems like it's a pretty good level there, so that's good. We'll stay with that. All right, so this is our 2D adventure game. You can walk around, you can talk to stuff. You have an inventory you can access. The game is fully controllable with keyboard and mouse. So that's cool. And it's also fully working on Android. I don't have an iOS device, so I can't test it there right now, but yeah, it should work there as well, which is always nice. Excellent, excellent. So it's feeling pretty good, looking pretty good. Yeah, cool. So in the last stream, what we did, a couple of things we did was we made a couple of maps here, so we'll kind of look at those. So this is basically just outside your house, and then you'll be able to also go into the forest here, into a park, which should be cool. I need to do something about this that it can kind of cover the pathway, but yeah, that's good. Cool. And then we also have, let's see, this map, which is underneath the mansion, where underneath where you start is basically in the basement. It's a dark cellar, basically. You'll have some interactions in here as well. Cool. So this is all shaping up. Let's see. Irving Rivas says, "Not loud here for the audio." That's good. O Normal says, "Hi, hello, hello." Let's see. June Leon says, "Godot is very good. Now the use of modules for Android sucks." I heard a little bit about that. I read a little bit about that specifically because I was kind of looking into using the vibration sensor, or vibration capability, the motor, the vibration on mobile devices, and I saw that there's a module you have to use for Android, and I don't think there's one yet for iOS, which is a little bit of a pain. Not too big of a deal, but it'd be nice if it was there, if you could actually go ahead and you know, run the vibration sensor on whatever you're running there. That'd be great. So hopefully they'll build that in, because vibration is kind of critical. I feel like that's kind of a fundamental thing that Godot should support for Android or iOS. So hopefully that'd be good. Christoph Malinowski, hopefully I didn't butcher that name. He says, "Hi, will you be getting back to some Golang game development?" Probably not, because this is going to be my engine of choice moving forward. Not because Golang isn't good for game development or good for programming, but because I need to target mobile devices as well, and it's a little tough to hit mobile devices with Go. It's just not as simple as really it could be. It's not impossible, but I feel like if you're gonna target mobile devices, it seems like, at least for Android, Java and or Kotlin or a JVM language like that seems to be easier, and it gives you some nice debugging tools. Like the debugging tools in IntelliJ IDEA were really great in comparison to just kind of the usual print statements and log checks from Go that's available in Go or whatever language you use. So I would probably, if you're looking for mobile development, I'm not sure if you are specifically, but if one is looking for mobile development, I probably would recommend either an engine like Godot or Unity or Unreal or something like that. And then if not that, maybe like IntelliJ IDEA with Java or Kotlin or something to that effect. And then if not that, then maybe just like, Go by itself or Python by itself, because it's a little tough to debug. It's not impossible, but it's not. It doesn't give you some nice debugging tools. Let's see. 4-Bit Friday. Hey yo, 4-Bit, how's it going? And Utopic Dream says yo. Hello. All right, so this is what we got so far. It's doing pretty well, looking pretty good. Let's see here. So yeah, everything's going pretty well. So what we'll do is probably some more story-related things, because that's going to influence where we go, and also what the kind of puzzles we make, and basically the entire game is going to be based on the story. It'd be nice if I had more of a dream-like approach, like Yume Nikki or games like that, where things don't have to make sense. Because when it doesn't have to make sense, if it's just a dream or if it's just an idea or whatever that you're investigating or visualizing on screen, you can make whatever you want and just say, I think it would be cool to have this, or I think it would be cool to add that. But when it's tied to a story, it has to kind of make sense. It has to be like, oh, well, this has to be an actual logical physical place, and it can't just be just kind of like a random mishmash of ideas. So it'd be nice if I could just like add areas, just be like, oh, I want to add this area with this puzzle, but unfortunately I have to kind of have a story here. So we're gonna write out a little bit more of the story, and then probably make areas and see if we can make a puzzle, ideally, in the amount of time that I have here with this stream. Let's see. Christoph says, yeah, Golang on Android and iOS sucks, so I understand. I'll still be watching. Thank you. And yeah, it's yeah. I mean, well, I really like Golang. It's just yeah, it would be nice if they had a little bit more support on Android, iOS, or just a little bit of an easier deployment process. It's actually really simple, but at the same time, it's not one method to do it. There's a couple of different ways, and the ideal ways is basically the harder version of those two ways. So yeah, Golang on mobile would be great if it could be a little bit of an improvement there. Let's see. Utopic says you have to try on mobile devices your prototype. Yeah, I have my phone. This is my phone, and I was looking for my phone. Like, where's my phone? My phone. I tried my game on my phone. It's running well. Touch tests. You can touch on the screen and direct the player and everything. It's working well. You can interact with the game like normal. Working very well. Let's see. Liam S says, I really like the color palette. Did you create it yourself? Nope. I created it. I didn't create it myself. I got it from a sprite. It is this palette. This palette here. This palette is let me see if I can create a new one. It's this one, the AAP-Splendor 128. It's really good because it's not too many colors. It's basically a set of colors in each kind of family, and there's also some very nice desaturated versions of each of those colors. But at the same, there's a desaturated version of the blues here, but that's also kind of the grays. There's some grays here, but there's also some desaturated blues here. You got some pinks. Oh, hold on, I have a visitor. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a very nice color palette. I like it a lot because there's a lot of different types of colors, but it's very restricted in the color count. Let's see here. Liam S, thanks. I'll probably use that. No problem. And June Lee Owen says, why do you not stream on Twitch? I have an audience on YouTube. So I mean, like I could stream on Twitch, but I'd be starting at 0 basically. Whereas YouTube is where I have close to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much for all those subscribers. If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, please do feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. But if you don't, that's also fine. I'll find you, like I threaten every stream. But yeah, I mean, like if possible, if people subscribe, that'd be great. But this is where most of the people who watch me or who know me on the internet for the longest amount of time, this is basically where they know me. So it seems like it's the logical place to stream. But I am also aware of different tools that allow you to stream. This is not what I'm trying to open. Different tools that allow you to stream on different places simultaneously. I think there's like Restream or something like that, where you can stream on YouTube and Twitter, YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I might look into that, because that way I could stream on YouTube and Twitch, but then I'd have to monitor 2 different chats. Maybe the software or the website takes care of that. So I don't know. I might look into that to basically give people options, so that if they're on YouTube, they can watch there. If they're on Twitch, they can watch there. But for now, I'm just on YouTube. All right, so good. So this is the general story that I'm working with to basically create the game. I'm not very far into this section, which is the starting section. I'm right around, let's see, right here. So I still have quite a bit to do for this main section. Then I have this section that I'm kind of fleshing out that I'd like to work on today, which is the park. The park is this area here. It originally started off with these trees, and so I was like, okay, well, I have so many trees. I have a tree tile that tiles really well, looks pretty nice. So I'd like to make a park out of that, where you can kind of walk around and explore a little bit. And so one of the areas where the player will need to go is the realtor's office. That's the place where oh, actually, let me get some music here. Hold on. Let me get some music here. Man, it would be good if I had some music actually from the game to loop. Let me see if I have something I can bring out here. Let's go with dog food. That's fine. Yeah, we'll do this. Oh, it's already exported. Okay, well, that's fine. Alright, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and get this over here. Where's it at? There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. We're good. All right. So, what I'm thinking here. Oh, whoops. Utopic Dream says, "What is your Linux distro?" It's Solus. Solus OS. Let's see. Suit Bun says, "Get it, SolarLune." That's the plan, I guess. I don't. All right. So, yeah, the idea is that we have a story. It's basically gonna take place in a park. For this section, partially. Basically, right outside your realtor's office, the door's locked, so you can't get in. Right outside your realtor's office is the janitor, Quentin, who's there and has the key but refuses to help. So he's saying like, oh, I lost my cleaning supplies in the park across the street, so you have to go to the park. So this is where we're going to be here. So what we're going to do here is start kind of fleshing this out. I wanted to have a couple of puzzles here. One outside the area where the cleaning supplies are, and then one inside inside the area. So the idea is that you'll go inside of a civic center, which is kind of like a like a park area. I don't know what to call it. And there's a puzzle in there to get the cleaning supplies, and then there's a puzzle outside that will necessitate you doing something to get inside. So we're gonna start off with some basic tiles here. This is gonna be, I guess you could say, the... There we go. Oh, I see. Like that. Okay, I have to hold shift. Alright, this is the basic floor plan of the building. And then we'll just build some walls. I don't have any really, like... I think I want to make another wall here. Hold on. Let's make another wall. I want something a little bit less run down as these. These are kind of janky. Give me something a little bit brighter and more cheerful. There we go. There we go. And then I probably need something like this. That should be good, I think, for a start. Alright, that's good for a start, I think. Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna need... Actually, this is a little bit different because this is an outside wall. It's not quite the same as these. I'm gonna leave this area for the outside walls. I'm gonna put an inside wall, or I'm sorry, leave this area for the inside walls. I'm gonna put the outside wall maybe over here because it's a little bit different. This needs to be up here. It doesn't need to be, but I'm just doing this to kind of make it easier for me to keep track of where things are. Yellow Camel says, "Hi, Solar." Hi. JLH also says, "Hello, hello. How are you feeling today, both of you?" Alright, well, you should be good. This might be better just like this. No. So, this is a wall. Like, this is a slightly oblique. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. The idea is that basically this wall kind of curves inward, so I'm gonna make it a little bit more of an obvious curve. That way it's a little less weird. Something like this. Use a little color. Like that, like this. Here. Something like that. Which means we can do this. There we go. So now I'm not going to stick with this color probably. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Let's try... because yeah, this blue is just fading kind of into itself. So we'll go with something a little bit different. It seems like a tan color would be very expected of a facility like this. Better. Let's keep going. Let's not get stuck on some weirdness, because it doesn't quite look as good as I kind of want it to, but it's not horrible, so that's fine for now. it doesn't need to be halved out like this. Let's see. Utopic Dream says, what's your advice for starting game dev? For starting game dev, I don't know. I wouldn't say. I mean, like it just start. Like it's not too much advice to give when it comes to starting, just because you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna, you know. I wouldn't really worry too much about that kind of stuff. I would say more so just like get started, start making something that interests you, that feels like something you'd like to see in the world, something you'd like to play, something you think other people would be interested in. Don't get too caught up on things like, your game not being good. It's like you're gonna, you know, it's a skill. Game development is a skill like anything else. It's a part of it, partly an art form, but it's also a skill that takes time to go ahead and refine. So don't worry too much about it. Just get started. Work every day if possible at it regularly. Don't get discouraged. Ask questions. Be prepared to struggle. You're gonna struggle. But that's that's just part of life. Like, you're gonna have trouble, but you just gotta keep going with it. 4-Bit Friday says, I found game jams to be a great jumping off point into game dev for me. Yeah, that's a very good advice. Actually, now I think about it, yeah, a really good piece of advice is to not start too large. Start really small. Start with something like Pong. Start with something like Tetris. If you start with something like what I'm trying to do here, you're probably gonna get tired of it. I tried starting with things much bigger than this, and I got tired of them. That's why I'm making this. That's why I'm making much smaller things, because you think like, oh, you know, this is something I really like to play, maybe a Metroid-like or some kind of big grand thing, but it takes so much time to make a even slightly large game. Yeah, don't even work about it. Don't even worry about it. So yeah, I would just, like Sutbun says, mess with music, make some pixels, slap them together with a tool like Game Maker or something, see how it feels. Yeah, just kind of get started with it. Don't worry too much about the details, or worry before you start. Just go ahead and jump in and start small. Let's see. Oh, Normal says, I get super stressed out from game jams. Yeah, I'm sure. Marcelo Zhao says, hopefully I didn't mispronounce that, says, from Brazil, I love you. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And Maggot asks, I assume that the Godot tiled importer deals with setting up the individual tiles for you. Yeah, it goes ahead and imports the tiles for me, so all I have to do is just make the map, and then when I come over to Godot, it'll just be ready to import. Alright, so this is working pretty well. I'm wondering, let's make this a little bit more of an interesting shape, because the box is kind of just boring. Let's try something like that. Oops, didn't mean to erase that, but yeah, maybe something a little bit more interesting. Nox says, hey, I finally made it to a stream. Congrats, and hello. Hello, Nox. How are you feeling? Alright, so this is pretty good. Nehemiah Dacre says, I guess I could start with making a Bomberman and then making Bomberman 64. I would start with, if you're just starting game dev, Bomberman's a little complex, but I think you could do it. Bomberman 64 is pretty heavy. I mean, like, that was a pretty good game. Like, there was some actual, like, solid puzzles in there and stuff like that. It was a really good one. I thought it was good. So, I don't know about starting with Bomberman 64. I mean, like, even directly after Bomberman. Because 3D is not even that hard. It's just, if you're unfamiliar with game development, 3D is an extra layer of, like, obfuscation and difficulty. So I wouldn't just jump into that, like, super quick. JLH says, yeah, thanks for starting earlier than last time. Have you ever tried making 3D games? Yeah, I have. Nothing that came to fruition, like in terms of, well, I made it like a really small 3D game, but I've made 3D games before, or worked on 3D games before. Giran was made in a 3D engine, so it kind of classifies as one, even though it's not visually 3D. It still has some of the issues you kind of run into frequently with 3D games. So that kind of qualifies. Yeah, I think I actually want to show the roof on this. Okay, it's getting better and better. And this is where, yeah, okay. I think I'm kind of understanding what I need to do and how I need to approach this. Angles are good. Let's actually use these. Let's fix this like so. That should be good. Because this will give us the ability to actually make more visually interesting buildings, like so. There we go. And we can actually also do something like this. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Utopia Dream says bye. Ah, see ya. Nehemiah Dicker says, well, I've been to a few game jams. Oh, that's nice. Good, good. Let's see. Oh, there was a name that I can't pronounce because it's in Russian, so I can't read it. Let me see if I can like translate this. Hold on. No, it doesn't translate names. Balaz Ivanko, is that right? Balaz Ivanko, hopefully that's right. Hi Solar, I am watching you for a little while. It's good to finally see you for the first time. Hello, nice to see you as well. Well, not really, that'd be weird if I could actually see you, so. Not really, but nice to be seen. Let's see, Stepa says that's a very interesting art style, man. Thank you, hopefully it's, hopefully it'll work. This doesn't really work that well actually, right in this area. I'm kind of going for like a limited color feel. Okay, what I'll do, because I actually do like this shading, I'm going to do something like this. I think that kind of works. This doesn't work that well. It's better. Alright, this is working a little bit. Maggot asks, speaking of Russian, have you put any thought into localizing your game at all? Not really, hold on. GLH says, I think Godot has a function on nodes that allows you to translate strings. Stepa says, yeah, it's pretty easy to localize games in Godot. I haven't thought about it too much. This is going to be text heavy, but it should be relatively easy. Because all of the text, except for the stuff that's in the engine, like the inventory button or something like that, all the text is in here. It's contained inside these messages. So translating this should be relatively easy just by like creating a folder for English events and then just renaming, just retyping this in Spanish or French or whatever, you know, giving these files to translators to go ahead and basically just whatever they see at MSG line, translate that to an actual, you know, the correct text in the other language. It's not the best, but at the same time, it'd be kind of weird to translate this into another, like put this data into another method to translate it. I don't know. I have to look into Godot's translation tools to see if it's something I can make use of with this situation. All right. So this is not bad. This isn't great, but it's not bad. It's all right. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and just kind of bake this out a little bit more. Not too much, just a little bit. There we go. Oops. Alright, so this is definitely a start. What I'm going to do is something that I should have probably done before, which is, yeah, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to erase this. Save that. I'm going to make another roof here. This should probably be erased too. The idea is that basically by drawing on the roof tiles, I'm basically limiting where they can be placed, which is unnecessary. I can just... Oops. I don't have to do that. I can just go ahead and back. Yeah. I don't have to do that. I don't have to limit the usability of the tiles. 4-Bit Friday says, gotta start my own dev stream in a bit, gonna take off, but glad I finally caught a stream of yours. Yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. I thought it was you, but I wasn't sure. 4-Bit Friday, you're the guy who made Catacomb Kids, right? Yeah, you're the 4-Bit Friday. Okay, yo, how's it going? So yeah, 4-Bit Friday in the chat was, I don't know if he's still here, but if he is, he's the guy who made Catacomb Kids. It's like a roguelike action platformer. action, like gameplay wise, it's solid. like it's a solid, fun game. It's something. Thanks very much for for stopping by and chopping it up. Let's see. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, and I hope your stream goes through. Yeah, I hope it goes well. All right, so we can just do this then. There we go. Oh, 4-bit says, aha, thanks man, that means a lot, take care. No, yeah, you too, thank you very much for stopping by. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to have other devs stop by in the chat. It's always, I'm not used to that. Oh man, that looks pretty good. It's a little jank, but that looks pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. Hold on. This might be better to kind of clean this up. Nice. Wait, someone. This isn't quite working right. There we go. Let's see. Sudbun says, how long have you been using Godot? Not very long. I've been using it with this project for like 2 or 3 weeks. I've used it in the past for a couple of months. Not very long. I would, for if you're like not used to it, I would definitely say the learning curve is not very high at all. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't been using it for very long at all. Better. How did I do it like this? see. Pasarino. Fez Pasarino says, hello, Solar. Hi. Hey, so Fez, how's it going? Let's see. Sudabun says, gotcha. Does Godot allows you to reach for more platforms than the BGE did? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Let's see. Goodness gracious, 42 viewers. Wow, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm not used to having 42 people watching my stream. Let's see. Sudabun. Yeah, I would say so. Overall, it allows for web support. Does it? I'm not sure about web, but I know it hits mobile, iOS and Android, as well as Windows, Mac, and Linux. So Godot, I believe, hits more platforms than BGE, because it does, well, yeah, it does, because the BGE didn't support iOS and Android. So then there you go. Yeah, okay, that's good. Oh, then this could go probably like this. Let's trim away some of that. No, wait, we can use that. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself because I'm just like mid-understanding about how roofs should look and work. Maybe this could be like this. Because we can do like this. That adds like less than nothing, but at the same time, I'm curious to see if this actually is a good idea. Hold on. Does this kind of work? Fez says, going good. And you today? I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you very much. And Sudabun says, oh, okay, well, good then. Yeah, generally, yeah, it's definitely good to hit more platforms. It's always, let's see. Yeah, I don't think this really adds anything. The coloring on the edge, it's kind of interesting, but it doesn't really add too much. So let's not do that. We might be able to do this, though. Okay, in terms of looks, I give it like a... I don't think it works out of 10. It's... I don't think it works. It's just it's very bright and then very sudden. Yeah, I don't like it. Well, let's stick with this. That's fine. There we go. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. Moving this down to the lower layer here, because the layer 3 should be basically just for the roof. And I am not obeying that at all. There we go. Better, okay. Let's see. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead I need to fix this up a little bit. This should be just for the roof, essentially. This is weird. Oh, there we go. Wait a second. I'm trying to see exactly how this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm being confused. The way that the rectangle select works in Tiled is not completely known to me. I'm like, how does it work? I run into problems sometimes. But yeah, it's okay. I'm alright. Never mind. I don't know how it works, and it's killing me. Alright, well, whatever. Let's just this will have to be here. Alright, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. I think I want a different color for the roof, though, so I'm going to change that in a little bit. There we go. We already have a roof elsewhere in the game, so we'll move this roof. Actually, let's take a look at that at the other location where I used the roof, which is outside backyard. And yeah, I already knew that it was gonna be janked. It was gonna be all messed up, but that's fine. Let's just completely erase this. Actually, this gives a chance to kind of recreate this in a more logical way like this. Okay, sorry, I'm just lost in the middle of this. Okay. So, normal. Do you have any advice how to proceed from the prototype phase? From the prototype phase. Well, what I would say is, like, prototyping is a part of game development. It's just a natural slide from, you know, it's just part of work. So you prototype your idea, you prototype your graphics, you prototype your writing, the story, all of that. Hold on. But yeah, you prototype as part of game development. So for proceeding past it, I would say just, you know, you have your idea, now you just flesh it out. So if your prototype is, you're prototyping a Metroid-like, where all you can do is buy and sell things and influence the economy, right? Let's say that's the main thing, is it's a Metroid-like, but instead of getting items, you get stock. They give you stock. And now, or you know, some sort of like thing you can do to enable purchasing and selling for certain stocks. So now with this in mind, you can buy and sell money in specific stock to physically change the environment, right? So that's a prototype. Like, you prototype and you just say, okay, let's have a block that represents, you know, the Zaibatsu Corporation. Let's have a block that represents the Kin Corporation, and you can go ahead and you know, go to this like little counter and say, I want to purchase 1,000 stocks in the Zaibatsu Corporation, and then this corporation's buildings get larger, and that corporation's buildings get lower, and so that's the prototype. And then it's like, okay, that works, you know. Now you can like adventure and like walk around up here on these buildings, or get, you know, they form a bridge, or they build different buildings and things you can explore and stuff like that. But then you can switch the money over there to basically, fix it the other way. And so it's a very basic prototype. And then once you say, okay, it works, now you just flesh out the idea. Maybe you say, okay, instead of just 2 companies, we'll have 10 companies. Instead of just buying and selling, maybe you can steal, or maybe people will give you stock for completing different tasks. So now you have to say, well, which task do I actually want to take? Not just because the stocks themselves are valuable, but the relation of the stocks between others are valuable. Maybe some are more useful than others. Maybe you want to, take certain missions because you want to raise certain company stocks. Different things like that. So I say that for the prototyping phase, it's easy to come up with an idea and then just kind of like prototype it by using simple graphics, simple ideas, and flesh it out. And then after that, when it comes to actually developing the game, you just have to come up with a story to house it, assuming that it's a story-based game. Come up with a story to house it, and then just fully explore the realm of the world in which your game inhabits. So if your game is just like a Mario-like, it's just a platformer, do everything you can with that platformer. Do everything you can with all the elements in your toolbox, all of your floating platforms, your spikes, your jumps, your hover boots, your whatever power-ups you have, the fireballs, the whatever. That's what makes good, for example, Mario Maker 2 levels, is when you do as much as you can with one idea, right? That's what makes good Mario games in general, is that they do as much as they can with the ideas that they have. Generally, they're really well fleshed out. And so for proceeding from the prototype phase, I would say basically just do what you can with your idea and fully explore it. And that's basically it. So you prototype, you have the idea, you say, okay, that's good, it works, I know what I want to do. Now you just fully explore the bounds of the idea as it stands. Paul Barrett says, how do you find Godot compared to other game engines? It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's solid. No real complaints. It's a little buggy in some respects. Usually UI based. So things where things just don't make sense, or they're not functioning in the editor, but the actual core engine and the API seems fine. Like I've never really run into a problem where it's like, oh, I triggered a function and it didn't trigger. But more so just like, oh, I pressed this button and it didn't do what it was supposed to do in the editor. So I would recommend it heavily. Godot's good. JLH says, where is this music from? I love it. Thank you very much. It's from my game. I made this music, and it's for this game here. It's called Dog Food. Let's see. Bun says, that was a good explanation of creative cooking. Yeah, I guess so. If you're cooking creatively or just doing anything creative, you want to fully explore the bounds of the constraints with which you're working, and that's generally how you get something good. Even if it's simple, as long as you fully explore it, it'll turn out well. I think consumers feeling like they didn't get their money's worth or it wasn't a good product, regardless of what it is exactly, is usually when they don't feel like, when it's not fully explored in whatever medium it is. So if you have a game, but it's less than satisfactory by the story, for example, might be less than satisfactory, it's probably because they didn't fully explore the game world and fully explore the story. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be a big story or anything like that, but just fully explore the box with which they're choosing to tell the story, or to fully explore the mechanics with which the game is framed. So if you're playing a sports game, do everything that like a soccer game. Do everything. The game should have basically everything that you would want to do in a soccer game: passing, shooting, headers, all that stuff. Goalies, kickoffs, penalty shots, all that stuff. It doesn't have to be a big game. It doesn't have to be more than that. And if you're trying to do a small scope, but you want to make sure that you hit everything that you can, essentially. Maggot says, I always preferred Hare Krishna to the Zaibatsu Corporation. I'm not sure what Hare Krishna is. I just say Zaibatsu Corporation because I think Zaibatsu is corporation in Japanese. I'm not sure though, so it's like the corporation. I'm not sure. Let's see. Rashad Z says, yo, how's it going? JLH says, "Oh wow, I didn't realize it was yours. Found your SoundCloud now." Yeah, that's my SoundCloud, and I have different. I have this on there. I got this song on my SoundCloud, so you can listen to it there. All right, so this is going pretty well. Oh, Maggot says they're gangs in the original GTA game. Oh, okay. I've never been a GTA fan. Let's see. All right, so this is pretty good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get a different colored roof here. I'm thinking something in the blue range would be good. Nope. Well, maybe this will work. Let's see. Nah, it's too dark. Wait, no, the ground is blue over here. We can't do blue. We have to do either. Let's try gray. Alright, so I'm making just, I made a minor, wait a second. Yeah, alright, so I just made a minor, like, different tile just to make it a little more interesting visually. There we go, that's fine. Now let's go back over here. We have to fix this up. Oh, I see. Let's not do that. Let's do that. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. I think this is getting better and better. Okay. I'm bringing it back. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Normal says, thanks for the answer, by the way. Oh, no problem. Glad to be of assistance. Alright, so this is shaping up. It's not perfect, but it's alright. should be probably like this. Yeah, I guess this doesn't really make sense now that I think about the design, the original design, where it was kind of like two separate pieces. Usually the sheds aren't like that, so we'll just not have our shed be like that. Usually they're even, usually they're more understandable in the physical universe. So we'll just we'll assume that it's a much more logical shed. That's fine. Sudabun says, does making a devlog while you're still in the streamy conscious goo phase help you finish projects? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you mean like making a devlog while I'm working, does that help you finish projects? I think it does, yeah, because otherwise I would like work for a few minutes and then say like, oh, that's fine, I'll come back to this later or something like that. But when I'm streaming, I want to keep going and I don't want to stop just because I get kind of bored or whatever. I'm like, well, let's press on, let's see if we can get something else going, let's, you know, work on this a little bit more, that kind of thing. This is too bright, and also the color is kind of stupid compared to the shed that I made before. So let's fix that. Gotcha Shay says, hi. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so what we'll do here, pardon me. Emergency muddy buddies. I'm gonna go with green, because green seems like kind of a calming color for like an outdoor civic center wall. Nah. There's always got to be like, I feel like civic centers are usually utilitarian, aren't they? Let's see. Like they're not utilitarian, but they're usually calming. They're kind of nature or neutral, I guess is the right, yeah. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the case. All right. Well, there's a lot of glass here. Also, civic center. Is that not what I'm making? Is a civic center, is that not what I'm thinking of? Let's see. Well, let's just say it's a civic center, that's fine. Okay, so then it's in the middle of a park. There's a lot of glass. I like this design, actually. I like this design. It's 2 floors, there's pillars. It's very visually interesting. So let's actually do something with this. Maggot says community center. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Yeah, thank you, Maggot. Aaron Moore says, hello folks, what's up SolarLune? How's it going, Aaron? Hello and welcome to the stream. So, I like this design. So let's actually kind of crib this design a little bit. What we're gonna do, we actually start off with that tan color. So what we'll do something like this. Aaron says, doing great. Thanks. Glad to be back. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. All right. So yeah, what we're gonna do? We're gonna actually try something out here, because I don't think I have any glass on this tile set. Any just freestanding glass. It's always, I only have really this one window. So let's do that. This is kind of glass E. So let's see if we can kind of repurpose this. Let's actually move this back over here. Fire Mr. AK says, what happened with Hello World? Hello World? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Hello World? You mean the band? Hello World? That's what Hello World? Yeah, Chiptune. If I'm thinking of the right band, Hello World is a band. They're pretty good. Fire Mr. AK says the game you made with Go. I didn't make. It wasn't called Hello World, was it? Let's see. Am I thinking of something different? No, I didn't have a game called Hello World, I don't think. Do you mean like the adventure game? It was called A Story About Late. Maybe I called it Hello World at some point? Do you mean this game? It's not here. Okay. Apparently it's not gonna load. Hello World. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to with that one. I plan to go back to my projects in general, so I'll probably be remaking it or going back to it. But I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Maggot says, all of the community centers we have here are covered in graffiti. Yeah. I guess actually that probably would be good to add to this community center too, to be honest. Yeah, that actually would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. Let me see if I can make it happen. But now, with that in mind, this roof really doesn't go with this. This roof in general doesn't really go with this. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna put this roof somewhere else. It's a happy little roof. We can let it live somewhere. We're gonna need a larger tile set, so I'm just gonna expand that right here. Nope, not like that. There we go. There we go. It can be with its buddy. Now, this is going to need its own specific kind of roof, so we'll do something like this here. Whoops. I made the right choice, right? Okay. Alright, it looks like I made the right choice. I was wondering if maybe I screwed something out, but everything looks like it should be correct. Nope! It's because hold on. No, wait, but I adjusted the tiles. Let's see. Well, let's go back. Of course. Nah, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. But maybe I can do something with this still. So the problem is that I think by changing the tile set size, it just completely changed the tile set order. All the tile indices are wrong now, which is fine. I don't really mind that. Like, I can remake the maps if necessary, but ideally I don't want to have to do that. Tony Powell says, "Yo, Solar, good to see you back on game dev again, bro. I meant to ask you, how did you come up with your name?" A really long time ago, I was on Xbox Live, I think. No, it was Xbox Live. I was trying to create a gamer tag, and I was like, I need something that says me, because before that I had just like a really generic, like Joe 16 or something like that, like a really generic like username. So I decided to go with like the power of the sun and moon combined. I think it might have been inspired by my skin, actually. Black and white, light and dark, sun and moon, SolarLune. That's it. Let's see. Wat Dao Tao says, "Dog food is a good track." Thank you. Thank you very much. Well appreciated. All right, so we readjusted these tile sets, and it completely messed up these tile maps. How can I approach this? Because these just aren't correct at all. Like, it's not even close to being right. Why did this grab such a wrong tile? All right, let's undo this real quick. I wanna see if I can kind of. Yes. Close without saving. I want to see if I can kind of fix this. Okay, so it's working there. Let's close all of these except for the park. Well, close them without saving except for the park. Alright, everything seems to be back to normal. So what we'll do, let me rename this. It's fine. So what we'll do, we'll probably actually, this also should probably be FG. There we go. What we'll do, we'll probably, oof. Oh, because yeah, okay, I know what I did. Let's go back here. We want to undo what we did to the tile map outside backyard. Yeah, undo that. Inside mansion, undo that. Apartment complex, undo that. Park, okay. This is why it's important to keep version control, everybody. Without version control, everyone is doomed. Like 100%. Tony Powell says, "Ha, that's awesome, bro. It's definitely a cool name." Thank you. Thank you very much. As usual. Alright, so, yeah, very important to keep version control. What we'll do, I'll fix up this map, then I'm going to commit this. That way, if anything happens, it's not hopefully going to kill my entire maps, all my maps. That would be the ideal if I didn't have to remake everything from scratch. So, since it's working now, we'll see if we can kind of get this to stay working. Alright, so we should be right about where we kind of left off last time. Roughly. Actually kind of feels a little bit better than before, so that's fine. That's good. There we go. Alright, so we'll save this, and we'll commit these. Aaron says, I think it's because you added to the tile sheet. That would cause issues assuming the tiles are indexed from left to right and top to bottom. You are correct. I believe that's why, and I believe you are also correct that that's how it's indexed. And I think that's right. That's why the problem arose after we added tiles. So what we'll do, we'll try it again. This time, maybe if we don't adjust the indices. No, the indices need to adjust. Maybe. Let's try it again. Since we keep version controls, no big deal. Aaron says, so expanding on Y should be safe. Yeah, it could be that we need to expand on just one axis at a time. Maybe that's what the issue is. So we'll try just horizontal first. Well, let's try vertical first, like Aaron mentions. Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. It wouldn't actually do anything for the current indices because it's still counting from the width didn't change. So just we haven't used any tiles down here, so adding more space doesn't do anything. That makes sense. So let's try this. What we'll do? Let's try stretching it out. Whoa. Let's close this and reopen. Hold on. What is this? It really doesn't like that. Okay, let's. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's try actually adding a little bit to the left of this. Oh, I don't want to scale it. I want to change search canvas size. Alright, save. Alright, so we want to adjust the tile references. So this. Okay, alright. Okay, so this seems like it fixed it correctly. Now if I go to another map though, it doesn't know. So I think what I need to do probably, and I'm not sure if this is correct or not, what I need to do is open all these maps and then adjust the tile set. There we go. Because if I adjust the maps incorrectly, or if I adjust the, what's the word? If I adjust the tile set before the maps are open, tile doesn't know about it, and so you adjust the map. Yeah, like you have to adjust them all at the same time. You have to have the maps open in order for tile to know that the tile map is using the tile set that was adjusted. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, we save it. No. Okay. Right. That's not right. Close without saving. Okay. So now if we readjust the size and save, it's going to ask us, do we want to adjust references? We say yes. And then they all should be correct. Let's see. Maggot says that seems really wonky on Tiled's part. Yeah, it's weird. It's a little weird, but it's not. It's not. At least we figured it out. Cool. So now when we go back, now when we go back to Godot, completely didn't work. It's definitely selecting the right tiles. Why is it importing them incorrectly? Alright, so all of these tiles, there's some blank ones in there, but the tiles should be correct. So what we're going to do, because it's definitely doing something it should not be doing here, let's restart Godot. I want to make sure that it's not part of anything. Part of the problem. Oni64 says, shout out to Godot. Shout out. Yo. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely not working right. It's just not working right at all. Things that are in the first row are fine, but things that are in the second row are not. Yeah, it's just like, it's completely messed up. Do I have to re-import the tile map? Maybe I have to re-import it. Let's do that. This is Inside Mansion. Let's re-import all these. That's not right. RRC says, quick question. Does the alien have a name? I think it was just Z. It's just Z. There's not really any actual name for the alien currently. Yeah, just Z. That's a very weak name, so if anyone has any suggestions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Dave Ames says Zaphod Beeblebrox. That's awfully specific. Aaron Morris says there's no battery refresh. I'm imagining there probably is some method to re-import multiple things at the same time, but I don't know how to do so. Yeah, it seems like there should be like a re-import all kind of thing. Oni64 says Zeta. I like that. Keanu had a question. A question about my skin condition. That's vitiligo, actually. What I'll do, I'll put something in the description so people, because this is going to come up periodically from time to time. So it would be good if I put that in the description of my stream so people know basically what this is. So I'll make an amendment to that right now. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Maggot says, I think if you have multiple files selected and hit re-import, it will batch re-import. Okay. That's definitely would be helpful. So there's something going on here with these tiles. I don't want to just like abandon this, but at the same time I might end up having to just make another tile set image. I kind of wanted to have everything on a single tile set. That's kind of a, what's the word? As kind of a simplification, I guess you could say. Like, I don't want to have multiple tile set images. I kind of want one, just because it's easier to kind of say like, oh, I have so many tiles, and it's kind of a limitation. Like, you don't want to have too many tiles. You can kind of constrict things a little bit. All right. What we'll have to do, I'll try to figure this out. I feel like it's related to well, okay. Firstly, this music has run its course. I feel like it's kind of wearing on my nerves here a little bit when I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. I want something a little bit more thoughtful. Here we go. All right. Shield Hero says, I'm late again. What's the point of YouTube? Reminder if it doesn't work. This is the second time, I swear. Welcome and hello. Sup. Let's see. Alright, so what we're going to do... let me explain what's going on. So basically, I'm trying to expand the tile set that I'm working with here to be a little bit bigger. But unfortunately, when I did so, Godot and Tiled didn't quite work correctly with it. Tiled was basically displaying some corruptions within Tiled, within the program, and in order to fix it, I have to have the tile maps open before I make the adjustment to the tile set image, which is fine, but then Godot's not really picking up the changes. It's just not working right at all. So what I need to do is either figure this out or just make a different tile set image for just a different tile set, which, can I have multiple tile sets? Can I use multiple tile sets? Yeah, I guess you can use multiple tile sets. So that'll be a minor pain, but not a huge deal, I guess. Let's see. And there doesn't seem to be anything about tiled. That changes like the size of the tile sets imported or anything like that. So let's try this. Yeah, this is coming in straight wrong. Yeah, that's just wrong. Alright. Well, you know by my intonation, the way I said, well, you basically know where this is headed. Like when someone says, "Well," it's like, "Well, looks like it ain't gonna work." That's basically where we're headed right here. There we go. Looks like this ain't gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to make another tile set image, which I don't want to do if I don't have to, but looks like I'll have to for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay. Yeah. It's just not working. Alright, so if Godot's not importing the tiles correctly, this is a bug, I guess, then. I guess this is a bug, and I might have to check the tiled importer. It might be that this has been reported before, and it's just something that I have to kind of work around. I have a tile map whose tile width and height is 32 by 32. However, I have a tile set that's a collection of images with some images larger than 32 by 32, 64 by 64 or higher. I guess this isn't that. This is related to something else, I guess. I feel like this might be a bug though that I'll need to report. Issues. Yeah, I'm gonna have to report this, I think, because the fundamental problem is such that it's definitely in the importer. It's not importing the map correctly after resizing the image. Maciej Sankowski says, try importing adjusted tile set and map into new Godot instance and see if that works proper. Okay, that's good. Good idea. I already tried restarting I already tried restarting Godot. Let's try another, another scene, and then we'll try another project if necessary. Re-import it. Yeah, it's just wrong. Let me do a check real quick. I'm gonna look at the data in here real quick. I want to see if it's actually... Let's actually open. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, so let's take a look at the actual data for this. This is for the apartment complex. So let's take a look at apartment complex. So this is the apartment complex. So this information is roughly correct, 84, 20. This is basically, well, partially correct. But then right around here, all these 324s are incorrect, or at least they're drawing incorrect. Let's take a look at the tile layers here. What is 324? Yeah, this is 324. This isn't correct. 324 should be the grass. It doesn't show. Yeah, I was wondering if it would show like the index of the tile somewhere. It doesn't seem like it does. Let's see if we can open the tile set itself. Nah. Oh, here we go. 324, 323. So the index is properly being exported from tiled with the correct index. It's 323 here in tiled. When we go to actually look at the data, it's pointing to 324 or 323. We'll assume that there's like one off because maybe it starts from 0 here in tiled, but maybe it represents 0 as transparent on the actual tile map. So that's fine, 324. But it's drawing this as 324. This is not 324. What is this tile? It's the kitchen. It's this. I think it might still be using the old. I think it might be using the old image somehow. Let's see, maybe I can test that. So can I open the tile set? Did it crash? Yeah. Alright, so Godot is just not responsive. I think that what the problem is just the information is coming out of tiled fine. The information is being pushed into the importer fine. I think the importer is just not working correctly. Let's see. Shield Hero says, is it a size restriction bug? I don't think it's a size restriction bug, but I think I might be restricted. My size might be restricted for my tile sets here. So that's probably what I'm going to have to end up doing, is restricting the size and basically... Can I kill Godot, please? There we go. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to have to end up just making another tile set and reporting this as a bug, because I think the core problem is that somehow still wrong. The image within the tile map, the tile set. Yeah, I can't even open it. It's just gonna freeze like this whenever I do. Okay. That's unfortunate. Alright. Well, this is the way it's gonna have to be. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and basically undo this. I'll see if I can salvage the part, because I was working on that. Siege says, can you just maybe remake the tile set in Godot? No, because it's a special importer. It imports the asset like behind the scenes. So like when I re-import it and then place it, it's a scene by itself. And what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's tripping. It's not working right. So basically, okay, so basically I can report this a little more easily. What it seems like is essentially, let me see if I can kind of undo this stuff. I'll undo the changes to the sprite sheet. No, we don't have to do nothing like that. Yeah, this is not right. Well, I can fix this later. That's fine. This is relatively easy. So I think what really the bottom line of this is that the importer, the Godot tiled importer, isn't importing like the same tile set. It's like it's storing the tile set internally somewhere. Like you make your tile map, you have it point to a tile set, everything's fine, the import's fine. You make changes to the tile set, and it doesn't update those changes to the tile set immediately, or at all. In this case, it might do it in some cases, but it's not doing it at all in this case. Like if I go ahead and change the tile set, because this is basically the version that is working with here right now. Let's change the tile set. I'll go ahead and open the one of my maps that's working correctly. If I resize this, it's going to be like, hey, things change. Do you want to adjust the tile references? Yes or no? Well, actually, this is a bad example. Let me... Yeah. If I resize it, because then there's like an actual difference in tile count. Resize the canvas. It's going to say, do you want to adjust your tile references? If I say no, it's going to mess up the tile set. But if I go back to Godot and then try to import the under the mansion tile map, it's still importing fine, because it's not reading the tile map, it's not reading the data from the TMX file. I think like what it's doing is it's probably importing and storing the data for the TSX somewhere apart from the TMX file. Because this should not be displaying correctly, just like it's not displaying correctly here, because Tiled is looking at the tile set and saying like, okay, you want tile 0 here, right? Okay, well, or tile 100. All right, well, it used to be this, but now it's this. Like, you know, it used to be something you wanted, now it's not. Whereas Godot now, the importer is like, it thinks for some reason it's still pointing to this tile. All right, well, that's fun. So this is a bug. Simple. Plain and simple, it's a bug. Oh, I might have saved, yeah. Cool. At least I saved the park map. Maggot says, can you delete the tile map and let it re-import? Do you mean like delete the TMX file? Dave Ames says, off as it's midnight here. Glad to finally watch one of your live streams live. Hope you fix it later. Later, mate. All right, thank you. No problem. And thank you for stopping by. Shield Hero says, how about this? Expand the image on the y-axis alone because the x-axis messes with the tile index. That's true. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, I might do that. Let me write up something real quick for the plugin just to report it, because it seems like it's a fundamental flaw in importer. Essentially, I'll just write this down. I'm not going to write the entire thing, but all right. Sudabun says, "Yo, I'm out of here. Keep it up, SolarLune." Thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much. Maggot says, "Yeah, I assume it's some weird caching thing, but maybe that's not the case." I feel like it is. I feel like it's actually caching some data apart, which is, I would say, a big no-no when it comes to an importer. It shouldn't cache data. It should just import the data straight. I feel like it's doing that, and that's causing some issues here. Well, maybe not a big no-no, but it's not. It shouldn't be doing that. like I understand why it's doing it, but it's like, well, maybe it should do it the way it's doing it as long as it works fine, but it's not working. So that's really the core problem. Not so much how it's doing it, but just the fact that it's not importing the tile set again. All right, well, that took like 30 minutes of wondering what the heck is going on, but we got a reasonable conclusion. I don't need to expand the tile set right now, but I'll definitely keep this in mind for next time. Oh, this is already looking better. So I don't actually need, well, yeah, I can make this a little bit more interesting, I guess. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. Better. Let's reuse those tiles. really neat. Shiliro says it may be Godot's tileset format's fault. That's possible. It doesn't re-import on multiple cases. Maybe you could check the import system's caveats in the plugin GitHub. Maybe so. That might be a good idea, because I know that there's, like you mentioned, a couple of things. Well, I'm planning to report this bug anyway, so yeah, I can definitely check the check it out just to see if nah. Wait. Yo, this might be it. You might be on the. You might have been on the right track, Shield Hero. If you're using external tile sets, oh no, wait. Yeah, if you're using external tile sets and tiled, changing the tile set won't trigger a re-import. Really? So basically, what you're telling me is if I do this, this is gonna say like, hey, do you want to adjust your references? Yes, I do. Save it. And then I go over here, I go to the park. It's all messed up, but I have to go to tileset and re-import it. And then I guess re-import the park. And then I thought I was right. I thought I was like immediately on the right track. Let's see. Do I have to re-import everything? No, this is off. It feels like this is it. It's just it's not giving me. It's not. I'm not. I'm not the smart person I thought I was. I thought it was like right on the, just right there, but apparently not. Yeah, let's adjust it back. All right, well, whatever. Well, I'll definitely investigate it, because I feel like you're definitely correct, Shield Hero. That it's basically just not re-importing the tile set, but it doesn't seem like that's actually the problem somehow, even though it must be the problem. So I'll have to investigate it. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I still need a door of some description. I'd like to have what's the word? Like, I'd like to have non straight on structures. Like, I'd like some isometric structures at some point, but everything I have is just top down, so I guess I'll have to just not have that for now. Everything's just kind of like a flat view, but I'd like to kind of rotate it at some point. I think that'd be you know, makes for some more visually interesting scenes. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just continue. Alright, that's a start. This is a start. It doesn't have to be super perfect on first try. Tony says, A, BRB, bro. Alright. Maggot says, but wait, that makes no sense. It re-imports when you add a new tile. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, adding plugins, man, yeah. Like adding another tile to this tile set, that makes sense because basically a tile is just a number internally, but adding another, like changing the size of the tile set here means it has to change the numbers in the tile set itself. Which numbers correspond to which tiles. I guess that's why. But even still, yeah, I have to investigate it a little bit more because I'm not sure where exactly the problem is kind of coming in. Let's go ahead and see if we can put some trees in here because I'm getting bored of looking at this. Wait. Okay. Alright. It is I, the Frenchiest Fry. That yawn hit exactly when I laughed. It is I, the Frenchiest Fry, says, will Pop64 ever be made into anything? Yes, I'd love to make a N64-esque 3D platformer featuring a popcorn kernel called Pop64, because that is, I feel like, one of the best things since sliced bread, and that also needs to be a boss, is sliced bread in the game. Now, beyond that, when, I'm not sure, but I would love to continue making working on it, because it's just, love the character, I love the ideas that, you know, sentient food can bring. And now I just kind of want to add like a human in the game whose job is just to like show up at every step of the way in your journey and just be like eating vegetables. Like every time it's like you're surrounded by food and he's just like roasting marshmallows or something on a fire. He's like, eat a popcorn. What? Corn on the cob? He's just like he's completely like unaware of the fact that he's surrounded by food, edible food. Winder Alves Liborio says, I come from 3D and I find 2D tiling a very different approach and hard to understand. It's funny because I thought it'd be easier. It's different, yeah. It takes a lot more, yeah, you kind of have to visualize better, I guess you could say, in a sense. But I mean, it's not too difficult or too different. It's just a little bit of a different kind of approach, but not so much that it's like hard to really construct your world, really. All right, so let's actually make this a little bit more interesting of a path. Oops. No. Yes. All right. This is super basic, but it's a start. Super basic, but that's fine. Because it actually has to, like, we have to have actual locations and puzzles and stuff. All right, so this is good. So you can walk in here. You can go ahead and interact with the door. You can go through, which means that the door probably should be open like this. There we go. That looks pretty good. There we go. Okay, okay. Let's see. Shield Hero says, just a side note, the plugin turns layers into tile maps. It can slow down on mobile if you have mini. I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for letting me know. Excellent. So then I might need to compress some of these layers because I have, I think in the, is it outside? Elm Boulevard? Yeah, I have a few. Outside backyard? Yeah, I have a few. Yeah, okay. So I'll have to kind of compress some of these. All right, will do. Thank you. Thank you very much for letting me know. JLH says, do you live off game dev? Not, well, kind of. Not really, but at the same time, this is a project that I need to make to live off game dev. Because it's part of a deal essentially. Part of a deal. It's not quite. I'm not quite going to live off this game, unless it sells well. But it's not like I need to. I'm working on projects for a publisher in a sense. So yeah, not this game, but this is part of what I need to do to live off game development. So this isn't a personal project, but it's necessary to kind of get used to the tools and things. South Spar says, are you going to do more live streams? Yes, I am. I'm going to do music live streams. I'm going to do gameplay live streams. I plan to. Gameplay live streams specifically because I'm going to be streaming Mario Maker 2. Because I think it'd be interesting to look at some of the like high rated levels to see like what's good design, because design is still something to learn from as game development students or for game dev, game devs. It's important to learn about game design, level design, things like that. Sal says, nice. Will you be able to play our levels? Yeah. So if you have a level, you can tweet it to me. Well, yeah, you can tweet it to me, or you can throw it to me in the chat, and then I'd be able to play it. I don't have Mario Maker 2 yet, but it's on its way. And yeah, I also am supposed to be getting something to record my screen, which hasn't come yet, but I think it should be coming today. I got something to record my Switch before, but the quality was not bad. Actually, I can show it. I can show the quality. I think I have it. Let me see here. So you can see like the quality is actually not bad. It's 1080p, nice and crisp. But once you hit, let's see. Yeah. So with the recorder I got, I'm not sure if it was a bad recorder or what. But once you, in certain situations, the quality of the recording falls. It just glitches out something nasty. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. It just does. I mean, sometimes it's fine. Like the video is fine. The audio comes through fine. But sometimes it's just, it is horrible. So I ended up taking it back. This was the, let's see, just so I can at least let people know which one it was. Maybe someone has it and theirs is fine. The one I had was the Cloner Alliance Flint 4KP. So maybe you have that. So if you have it, let me know. Maybe it's just really bad. Mine was really bad and it was glitching out. Sometimes you can see it here, like the Smash logo would like stretch across like that. It like screen tearing, just very like unnecessary bad glitches and stuff. But the footage itself came through okay. This is just choppy because yeah, it was a super laggy match. So it was just like, yeah, let's just not play that. There we go. So this is me playing Incineroar, my main, and wreck and face. Well, not here, but I wrecked face. In any case, so hopefully we'll be getting that in today in a few minutes. I'll be getting that in today in a few minutes, and I'll be able to test that out a little bit more, and be able to play Mario Maker, and say like, oh hey, this was a cool design level. I like how you did this, or the storytelling is really nice, or whatever the case is, or not. If I just die a lot, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I plan to keep streaming, and there's quite a bit to do even still. I think I'm kind of winding down here because I'm kind of losing energy, and I've been going for a couple hours here, so it might be good to stop. Although this looks pretty good. This ain't bad. I like this. I like the way that this turned out. Let's keep going. Let's keep going for a little bit. Let's see if we can just kind of flesh this out a little bit to help kind of give it a place, help make it easier to kind of come up with ideas, help make it easier to kind of make something interesting. Aaron says, I gotta go. Stranger Things is calling me. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. JLH says, in a few minutes, that's quick. Yeah, I think it came already, but I'm not sure. So I have to, after the stream, I'll check around and see if I got anything. Sal says, what sources did you use to learn Godot? Nothing really. I didn't really use any tutorials or anything. For the most part, it's pretty straightforward. I would say the documentation is the strongest tool for anything that you're going to learn. It's going to be the docs. I think Godot's docs could stand to be improved. They're not great. They're not bad. They're not. It's not like they're terrible, but they definitely. Wait. Yeah, they're not horrible, but I think that there's quite a bit of missing documentation and things like that for certain things. For a new developer, new users who are just trying to learn how to use the program, it's not bad. Yeah, so if you're trying to just like learn how to use Godot, definitely give it a shot. And I would say refer to the documentation really heavily because there's quite a bit to learn, and there's quite a bit of good stuff in there. Alright, that should be good. I just wanted to add a flagpole outside. Feels like something that would be out here. Somebody mentioned graffiti. That definitely needs to be out here. Let's get some graffiti up in here. Jet grind radio style. Let's see. That's fine. Alright, let's see. I'm not sure what I'm drawing here. We'll see in a couple seconds. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know what I could draw. It's kind of hard to make really recognizable stuff at this scale. It's pretty small. I actually like this. This kind of, it feels electric. Let's see. Captain Boomerang says, recently I've been working on AI in my game. I was wondering how you felt currently about your track-based system from Gear and how flexible was it? When you say track-based, do you mean for the camera, or do you mean for the for enemies? Because I know that I had track-ish, like for the camera. It wasn't very flexible, but it wasn't bad. Novadaj says, interesting watching people go through their thought process while coming up with pixel art. Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, I guess it is interesting. I never really thought about it from my perspective of like, or someone else's perspective of going through watching me pixel art. So hopefully it's interesting and effective. It's useful. I don't know. All right, that's pretty good, I think, for graffiti. Let's see. Captain Boomerang says Imri's enemies specifically. I didn't really have a track-based system per se. Maybe you mean like tracking, how they tracked the player. That was fine, I guess. If you mean, let's see. If you mean, well, yeah. If you could explain a little bit more of what you mean, I'd be able to, I think, assist you more easily. That'd be helpful. But yeah, if you can, that'd be helpful, because I think I know what you're referring to, but I'm not 100% when you say track-based system. Let's see. Captain Boomerang says like a set of queued states that can run concurrently, I think. Oh, okay. So you're talking about like AI, like for well, you mentioned the AI, but you mean like for like the actual AI states, the actual AI execution. Okay. It worked fine. The way that I did, I actually like this graffiti a lot. Actually, hold on. Let me finish this up, and then I'll answer your question. Well, I can wait. It's not that hard. So basically, the AI that I did, for the most part, it was like now I recall. It was a finite state machine where each AI, the AI for each enemy had, yeah, like Captain Boomerang says, behaviors. Like each one had basically a single behavior, like idle, attack, wait, that kind of thing. That worked fine. That's a kind of tried and tested approach to artificial intelligence, and it worked fine. I don't really have any problems with the way that it worked before. The only thing I would probably say is it's not really applicable if you have multiple states, multiple artificial intelligences or multiple states that an AI needs to behave upon at the same time. Like maybe a state where it's like, oh, you run away from the enemy and shoot at the enemy, right? Like you might have a surprised enemy like a guard where you might not want him to run toward the enemy, run toward a threat, but rather run away and also attack at the same time. Like, you know, shooting or running or throwing something as he runs away. That's two different behaviors unless you want to make one behavior that does both. And so if you need more complex behavior at the same time, like run away and attack, like, you know, multiple things, generally a single finite state machine is not really made for that. The more complex it becomes, you generally are going to have more trouble, I feel like. So you probably would be fine with just making do with purely you probably would be fine with just making do with like a more complex state machine if you need something more complex. Like the state machine I used was fine for my purposes, but if you need something more complex, then it wouldn't really work for that. Gable Penny Shot says, "What's the end game goal for you career-wise? Financially abled indie game dev? Yes, that is the ideal." that's what I'm trying to make happen. Alright, so this is not bad. I feel like if it's graffiti, it has to be more artistic. So what we'll probably do is maybe mess with the colors a little bit. See if we can do something a little bit more expressive. Something like that, anyway. Captain Boomerang says, cool, thanks for the advice. No problem. That's kind of cool. I feel like this needs to be a larger space. But otherwise, I'm pretty satisfied with this. Gable Penny Shot says, what games are you currently playing for fun, if any? Let's see. I always play Smash for fun. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Super Mario Maker, I'm going to play that for fun. There's quite a few games I play. Let's see. Something I need to do is play a game like the game I'm making. I don't play them a lot, which I'm not sure if that's good or not. To play a game that is like what you plan to make, because on the one hand you get inspiration, you get ideas, you see what you like and what you want to avoid. On the other hand, I feel like there's some merit in being initiated into a craft that you don't have any real knowledge about, because then you have ideas about how things should go that aren't necessarily standard. Like this game, I'm making it kind of like knowing just a little bit about Yume Nikki, like, oh, you're exploring dreams, and as a character adventure game like that. But I've never played Yume Nikki, so I don't know what kind of, not really. I've seen screenshots of the video, but I've never played it myself and experienced it wholly, so I don't really know all of what's in the game. So with that in mind, with different games like Yume Nikki or Off or games like that, it's like, well, I've never personally experienced those things, so my game's going to be different from those rather than being heavily influenced by them. And so how I might approach a puzzle or a problem or whatever is not going to be how they did it. So I kind of feel like there's some merit to playing things like what you want to make, but there's also some merit in staying away from those things in hopes of bringing ideas that aren't, I can't think of the word, but aren't standard. That are non-standard to the equation, and that just gave me an idea. What if I use this? Wait. Do I really want to do it like that? Maybe that. Yeah. Maybe I think I need some kind of like thing in there. I'm not sure what though. Gable Pinshot says, what games are you picturing that are like what you're developing? Yume Nikki, Off. Well, Off is more combat oriented, but Yume Nikki, there's quite a few RPG Maker adventure games, and that's kind of specifically where I'm getting at a lot of inspiration in terms of ideas, in terms of the fact that they exist. That's kind of what I'm making. It's an adventure game, but you're focused on a single character as opposed to a point and click. A point and click. So that's kind of where where the idea is coming from. Now, if it's going to be similar in terms of the way it plays, I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm going for. It's fine, yeah. Actually, yeah, let's do something like this. Is this... Nah, that doesn't really work that well. That would be ideal. Mega says, I'm not sure where the story is heading in this, but it gives off a kind of cute but also creepy feeling, especially in the house, which I really dig. That is exactly what I'm going for in terms of the style and feeling. Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of like unsettling, but not without reason. Not just, you know, horror, but there's supposed to be horror elements. Not horror elements, but just like kind of thriller elements, I guess you could say. Like horror is like really down here. Well, horror is down here, roughly. Like it's down here, thriller's up here, and then action's up here, right? So kind of like that. Like action is, you know, generally no one's really scared in an action movie. Thriller, there might be moments that are tense, and then horror is basically all tense. And so I'm going for, I guess you could say, thriller a little bit, like a slow-moving, pensive thriller, where it's an adventure game, you're exploring, you're solving puzzles, but there is, you know, kind of a feeling of being watched. There's a feeling of being not in control of your actions, or not fully aware of the situation, that kind of thing. Kind of like you're going in blind, in a sense. This is turning out pretty good. I like the way this looks. It's very eye-catching now. And this needs a flag on it, and it could also stand to be taller. There we go. This could also be FG. Wait, no. I just did that. Okay. There we go. Can't really do it right with this pixel. Well, it could be brighter, I guess. Might be too bright though. Yeah, it's too bright. That's fine. This is fine. All right. Gable Penny Shot says, got a favorite H.P. Lovecraft story? Nope. I don't read H.P. Lovecraft, although I should look into literary thriller or horror. Well, not horror per se, because that's not really what I'm going for, but I should look into scary or thriller, yeah. Like elements of fear are present in thriller, and that's kind of what I'm going for as well, as elements of fear in this as well. There's not going to be very many people in this game. I want that to be kind of like you're alone as well. So when you meet a person, they should be important to the story in some respect. They shouldn't just be a random NPC, unless that's the point of the character, is to be just kind of like a nobody. So it's interesting. I want to put a lot of thought into each element of the story and each point of execution for the game. All right, this is looking better and better. Yeah. Yes, this is where it would go like that. So the trees can go like this. Yeah, that's basically the idea. All right, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. All right, so I think this is where I'm gonna stop here. I've been grinding for a while, and I think it's time for me to maybe get something to eat or something like that, because it's yeah, that's pretty good. I think it's time for me to get something to eat. But overall, this is solid. I'm satisfied with this. This is good. This is very good. It's not done yet, but it's definitely getting there. Definitely making a lot of progress. Gotta put something here. Maybe put something down here. But yeah, overall, this is good. I want to do something about these trees. It seems like it's not easy to use, so I might use these trees. So I might have to do something about that. What, I'm not sure, but something. All right, well, yeah, I'll figure that out later. All right, well, thank you very much once again for watching, for coming through on my stream. It's always fun, always a pleasure, and hopefully we'll be able to do this next time. I think probably tomorrow. Tuesday, I'll probably stream maybe a little bit later, around 6 p.m. Around 6 p.m. it probably would work pretty well. I did it a little earlier today because I have to do something around 6, but tomorrow I could probably do it at 6. So if you're, well, let me know actually. I'll put a link to my community tab. Yeah, if you can stop by my community tab and let me know. I'm gonna create a poll actually. Here we go. So I'm gonna put a couple options here. One is afternoon. Well, I'm gonna put another option. I wish I could reorder these. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put a couple of options here. I'm gonna put a couple options here, and if you can stop by my community and let me know what time would be good for my streams, because that would be I think pretty helpful. I'm sorry, P Mendez 99 says stream was good. Thanks. Also, Gable Penny Shot says stream was good. Thanks for the stream. No problem. Thank you very much for stopping by. About the trees, maybe merge the shadows a little bit, says P Mendez, and yeah, I did do that a little bit more effectively on the Elm Boulevard map. It's much more visually better, I think. A little bit more accurate to how forests tend to eat up light. So I think that's cool. Let's see. Domo Remo says great stream, man. Very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Maggot asked what time is it now? It's roughly 5 p.m. I'm in the Pacific Standard time zone. And Shield Hero says, I think I fixed the thing with the tile map. How so? How so? What'd you do? If you could let me know, that'd be well appreciated. Because, yeah, I'm not sure if it's an issue with Godot or if it's an issue with something else. Actually, I think this might look good. It's kind of sparse, this map, but I think it might look good if it was super dark like this. Like once you go in here, if the vignette is on the camera and it's really dark and it's raining and this was longer, this path was longer and this path was longer, then I think it really would set it off. I'm not sure if I have a appropriate song that's like really melancholy and kind of creepy. I might have to make that. Let me see if I have something that would work for that. That's kind of like a creepy sound. Nah. Nope. 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 No. No. Nope. Mm-mm. That could work. I'm gonna bump up the music a little bit. I like that. I think that it might be better. Pardon me. Yeah. I like that. I think that makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. Oh, I put it on the wrong thing. That's my bad. I didn't mean to. Yeah. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I like this. I like this. Yeah. And then, like, if the vignette was even stronger here. Alright, I think I can't leave it like this. Hold on. I gotta try this. Export vignette strength. See, I'm not sure if the GUI actually supports this right. Let me see. Nah, it doesn't support it. Okay, never mind. Well, wait. Maybe. Oops. Alright. Hold on. This is getting better and better. No, not a brain. I need rain. Yeah, this is gonna be sick, bro. This is gonna be sick. You're like, hello? Hello? Let's slow it down a little bit more. Gable Penny Shot says, now I just need some sounds like something is... Oh wait, let me turn it down. So yeah, Gable Penny Shot says, now just need some sounds like something is following him, but it stops whenever the player stops moving. Yep. Basically. Or even better, just like something that's just outside the field of vision. So like when you're moving, it's like something will just barely like overstep and come into the view and then like pull back. And so you're just barely being followed. It's like, I don't want to do this. Like I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. Tense. I'm going for tense. This should be good. All right. We're good. Shield Hero says, yep, found the problem. As long as you have the tileset file open and tiled, by the time you update it, it will ask you to update the tileset file and the map. If you update only the map, it will lead to the bug. So just update the tileset file since it saves the tile image size. Oh, so it's tiled in the end. It's not an issue with the importer or Godot. It's just like I had to have the map open when I updated the tile set. I had to have the tile set open when I update the tile set image. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense, because I should have kind of guessed as much, given that you can, if I update this, then when I go to tiled, if this is open, it'll ask if I need to update it or change it. Well, but then tiled doesn't like say that there's an issue there. But anyway, it didn't mention anything about it didn't mention anything about needing to update. Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be nasty. It's gonna be good, man. This is gonna be pretty good. And have some dude just barely in the darkness, just like just hanging out, like this is gonna be good, man. This is gonna be good. Just a dude like right here, and he's just like he just pops out until you get close, and you're like, what is this? All right, Shield Hero, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna be sure to go ahead and update this, and have the tileset TSX file open so that I can actually update it properly. Makes sense. Thank you. Maggot says blinking eyes in the darkness. Oh yeah, you gotta have that. Like, oh yeah. And this is gonna be naturally abandoned. This has to be abandoned, so that you can fully appreciate the sound of maybe someone stepping on glass or salt or something after you get in here, and you're like really deep in like the kitchen or something. You're looking through cupboards and it's like, I didn't do that. That's gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. All right. Well, this is this is where it's gonna get tense. I think this needs to be a much larger map. So this might be like the end or the middle map. Like there might be another map that's consisting of a path, and then it leads here. I guess another map that consists of a path and a puzzle. You solve it and you get here. You go in here, you gotta solve a puzzle to get something, and then you go up north, and then that's where the janitor is gonna be, outside the office building, I think. P. Mendez, too spooky. What is that? It says, and then it's just a cat. I think naturally it has to be just a cat or something, because it's tense. And P. Mendez, the phone rings but the wire is cut. You answer the phone and it's you. It's like it's like what? like this makes no sense. It's you from the future saying you gotta get out of there. It's like, well, if I'm calling me from the future, I turned out fine, clearly. So how am I calling myself like, you gotta get out of there, boo, dude, you gotta go? It's like, also, I'm sorry for clipping. I didn't realize I was that close to the mic. I apologize. I'm tired. It's time for me to go. Thank you very much for sticking with me through the stream. It's starting to get really good. This is looking and feeling pretty good. I think this is definitely an interesting, scary area to be in, but it's naturally scary. It's not scary because it's a manufactured fear or we're making something like horror. We're trying to make something scary, but just the idea of being in an abandoned building is scary. The idea of being in a forest usually is scary, especially when it's raining or it's dark. And then just it's the game is naturally unsettling. So I like this. I like that it's just like kind of a very tense, what's going to happen kind of game. So I think that it's good to kind of explore it. Anyway, it's been fun. It's been real. Lots of things done, and yeah, I think it should be good going forward. Thank you very much for sticking with me through the stream. I've been SolarLune. If you want to support my development, please do feel free to throw me a super chat on the next stream I do, or check out the description. There's always links to like Bandcamp and SoundCloud and itch.io and Steam and stuff like that. Oops, sorry. And if you haven't subscribed, please do feel free. And I'll try to make more use of the community tab on my channel. I don't know if that like alerts people who are subscribed. I think it does. So that might be a better means to reach out to everybody who's subscribed to me and who is watching my videos. So thank you very much. It's been real. Oh, please do check out that poll I put in my community tab, so everyone who wants to watch my streams can say like, oh, I'm more available in the mornings or in the evenings. And someone mentioned that for Europe, it's basically around this time, like 2 to 6 is the best time, or one of the better times to catch people in Europe. So I'll definitely keep this in mind. Thank you very much. It's been real. Catch you guys on the flip side, and see ya. Bye.